We all love the surefire thrills of AAA titles, but hidden gems offer something a little different. This makes them well worth taking a punt on too, especially when you can do so for a fraction of the usual price. Today's deals video is presented by the Paramount Plus app, which you can download straight to your Xbox if you're one of our viewers stateside. They've got exclusive original content as well as thousands of episodes from CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon and more. So in today's video we'll run you through some absolute Xbox bangers that you might have missed on sale right now.
A sprawling adventure set within a magical land, Greedfall puts you in the middle of a conflict between the native population and the various forces trying to colonize their island. It's up to you to decide how to progress from there, making alliances and enemies as you see fit in a grim fantasy world which rarely offers easy ethical solutions. No matter what you choose, you're sure to end up on somebody's hit list. Fortunately, Greedfall boasts a brilliant combat system that lets you flow elegantly between spells, gunfire and swordplay, all of which looks even better with a little Xbox One X enhanced 4K magic. At 75% off, it's an absolute steal, while Xbox Game Pass subscribers can download it right now for no extra cost at all.
Things have got you feeling a little down in the dumps, spare a thought for the poor inhabitants of Deponia, a planet which has been reduced to a literal dumping ground for the utopian city of Elysium that floats above it. You play as an inhabitant of this trash-filled planet named Rufus, who is on a mission to find a way off his pungent homeworld. A mission that becomes all the more pressing when he finds out that Deponia has been scheduled for immediate destruction. This classic point-and-click adventure is full of great Hitchhiker's Guide-esque humour and head-scratching puzzles. At 90% off though, you shouldn't have to exert that much brainpower to appreciate this discount.
Tumblestone is another brainbuster with a huge discount at 85% off its normal price. At a glance, it looks like a simple block matching puzzle game where you line up rows of the same colour so that they'll pop out of existence and allow you to eventually clear the screen. But while many of these games rely on rapid decision making as you work against the clock, Tumblestone requires a more chess-like approach, planning each move in advance so you won't be left with a bunch of unpoppable blocks at the end of the round. A deceptively complex game underneath a candy-coloured surface, this one will have you pulling your hair out in no time. In a good way though.
Another game which has way more going on under the hood than you might expect is GONNER. This roguelike side-scroller is incredibly easy to get to grips with. Your character has a jetpack and a gun. That's basically his whole deal. He shoots and jumps and jumps and shoots. He's a shooty, jumpy guy. But, as in many great games, the devil's in the details, with different upgrades which allow you to fine-tune exactly how he does those things. With countless different jumpy shooty combinations to create, there is an astonishing amount of depth and variety to this seemingly simple platformer, all for just 20% of the usual price. And if you ever do manage to exhaust it, GONNER 2 is available right now on Xbox Game Pass, complete with some lush Xbox Series X and S optimized visuals that make blasting your way across the screen even more delightful.
It's a tale as old as time. A young princess has been married off to live in a decadent boredom when all she really wants is to strike out into the world and go on an adventure. Except this time, the princess is a pig. To make her escape, Princess Beau will have to acquire pearls by completing a variety of strange tasks, from sucking up tennis balls to smashing up the local scenery. With over 200 stages and a host of inventive boss battles, this minigame extravaganza is much more than the sum of its parts. Throw in a multiplayer mode and you've got a great party game as well. And now that it's half price, you'll have more money to spend on snacks or party hats or whatever you're into.
The Knights of Pen and Paper games are a loving tribute to tabletop gaming. Both games feature a group of friends playing a Dungeons & Dragons style fantasy game, which you play through as an 8-bit RPG. You might have noticed we included the first game in last week's deals video. The chatter between the players themselves often filters through into the game world, leaving room for plenty of meta gags and pop culture references. But the really clever wrinkle is that you also control the Dungeon Master, allowing you to decide how strong the monsters you face in each encounter are. Naturally, the higher the risk, the greater the reward. It really captures the fun of playing a game you get to make up as you go along. The second Knights of Pen and Paper is currently 70% off, while both the games can be bundled together for 60% off the full price.
While modern fans might be more familiar with Michael Bay's bombastic live-action Transformers films, there are whole generations who first fell in love with those robots in disguise in Saturday morning cartoon form. Battlegrounds channels the style of the animated series in a real-time strategy game that is ideal for younger gamers. Taking an XCOM-ish approach to combat, Battlegrounds has you ordering your Autobots around the field, using their individual abilities to spend your action points in the most devastating fashion you can think up. It's a simplified take on the genre, ideal for new players or older ones just looking to unwind watching Optimus Prime kick butt the way they did when they were kids. Either way, at 40% off, it makes for a cheap and cheerful bit of Transformer fun.
Holy guacamole, the Mechverse is in danger once again. Sadly, the Chosen One has let himself go a little since he last leapt into action. 7 happily married years and a few kids will do that to you. But when a sinister luchador from another timeline begins to destabilize reality, he has no choice but to pull his spandex on and ready himself for another round. Just like the first game, Guacamelee, 2 is a classic Metroidvania title where you kick, punch and suplex your way from one side-scrolling level to the next, unlocking more abilities as you go. Set inside a gorgeous handcrafted world that takes its cues from Mexican folklore, it offers a vibrant new spin on an old recipe and, at 75% off, is all but guaranteed to hit the spot. Alternatively, a Game Pass subscription gives you an all-you-can-eat ticket to the big Guacamelee Bowl.
We'll finish off with a couple of nostalgia-fueled titles that are sure to delight gamers of a certain age. The Great Worms War has been going on for as long as anyone can remember, and to be honest, we kinda hope the little guys never managed to settle their differences, because watching them blow each other up with exploding sheep and holy hand grenades is way too much fun. World peace be damned. Now at 75% off, this bundle packages together 2 great entries in the long-running 2D strategy series. WMD is a hugely faithful recreation of the classic games and is also currently available on Game Pass, while Battlegrounds adds a few more modern touches like soldier classes. More importantly though, they are both absolutely chocked full of insane weapons. Pure perfection.
Finally, we have the game that was pretty much loved into existence by fans of Rare's classic cartoon platformer Banjo and Kazooie. Featuring a new musically named animal pair, the main Yooka-Laylee game is a 3D platformer where you have to guide your Bat-Chameleon combo across a range of fantastical lands, collecting various useful items and learning moves like Fart Bubble as you go. Impossible Lair, which is currently available on Game Pass, then goes even more retro by shaving off a dimension to create a hectic 2D platformer. The whole package is now 75% off, making it the perfect way to scratch that cartoon platformer itch. And speaking of scratching an itch, don't forget for live sports, breaking news and a mountain of entertainment, the Paramount Plus app is now available on Xbox. Want to know more? Then check this out.
This is not just another streaming app. This is football, and this is the best of CBS Sports on Paramount Plus. Live sports, breaking news, and a mountain of entertainment. Now streaming.
That's it for this week's deals, but we hope you've uncovered at least one killer title that you hadn't heard of before. Thanks for watching, be sure to leave us a like on the way out, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!